Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Harold. Good morning. Trying to just log in on my other system here. I got some news for y'all this morning. And it's good news. It's not even bad news. Good morning. Hey, Living Life. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, DJ Reese. Good morning. Hey, Sanopa. Good morning. Harold, I already said good morning to you, but good morning again, handsome. Hey, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Good morning. Hey, Sanopa. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is, well, it's hump day today. But I don't know if it's raining where you guys are, but it's been raining since yesterday where I'm at. I'm like, I'm over all these storms and stuff like that. I've had enough of that crap. So I'm over that. But of course we got a lot of news to share this morning. Oh, how'd that get there? Okay, I'll take it if you're there. A lot of news to share about what's going on. Oh, it's hot in California. It was hot here. Like, we've been having really bad heat, but now we're getting the rain, and I'm happy because our electricity bill is going to be so disrespectful. Hey, C. Mandy, good morning, beautiful. Hey, Miss K, good morning, beautiful. Hey, Carmen, good morning. Yeah, so we're just been getting rain, and I like it, because it's bringing down those temperatures. Hey, Rancho, good morning. Hey, Lynn, good morning. Hey, Nessa Bessa, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, you guys. I put up now, I only ask you guys for favors every so often, but I'm going to ask you for a favor this morning. I put up a post yesterday where I talked about how live changed my life. If you guys could watch that post for me and just click that live button that's associated with the post. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just cost you time. No money. Yeah, we need the rain. You're right. Ain't nothing wrong with rain. It's helping my stuff to grow in the back, so I'm happy about it. Hey, Alicia, good morning. My government name is Alicia, so every time I see you come in, I'm always like, yes. Yeah. Now, do you pronounce it Alicia or Alicia or Alicia? Because it can be 50 million ways, spelled just like that. I know that for a fact. So, hey, Lori, good morning. Hey, Lynn, good morning. Now, if you guys could tap that like button for me this morning and that share button for me. With share, copy link counts as a share. You don't even have to send it to anybody. Where does the name Bishop come from? Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a funny story real quick. Where the name Bishop comes from. Way back in the day. Now, I'm going way back. It's going to show my age, okay? And I know I'm not the only one, right? Back when AOL used to send those CD-ROM discs to everybody's house, for you to sign up for free internet. That was way back in the day. Like, if you wanted to get on the internet, it was AOL. It was America Online. I mean, it was other places too, but AOL was like this huge company that came out and they would send these discs everywhere. You remember, right, Sanopa? And you could go on the internet. So at the time, I needed a name to log in, right? To register. And so I had a friend, her name was To Love, but I didn't want to use her name. And then I don't know, it popped in my mind about Bishop Desmond Tutu. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to name myself Bishop Tutu. That was my screen name. Matter of fact, no. Yeah, that was my screen name, Bishop Tutu. And then I just kept going by that. And I've had that screen name for like decades on like multiple websites or some derivative of it. Look, I'm telling on myself, but some derivative of it. And then at some point, sometimes it would just be Tulip. Sometimes it would just be Bishop. And honestly, I would go by Bishop a lot of times because I didn't want to use my real name. See, this was back when I really didn't have, like, I was confident in who I was and like navigating the world, but like the internet, that was still like a new thing to me. Like, I would write, but I didn't really want to be on the screen kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? And then certain jobs I had, you couldn't talk about certain things. You couldn't say certain things. So I would just come up with handles on the internet so I could talk about the shit I wanted to talk about and not get in trouble at work. So that's it. That's all that happened. Way back in the day when we had great internet. Man, I used to love AOL. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. I used to be on I used to be on AOL, and then what was that other website? IQPC or something like that. I used to love going on that. It was like just really message boards, discussion. Well, they were really they were called discussion boards back then, right? When we were doing them. ICQ, that's what it was. I used to hang out on ICQ. I used to love ICQ, man. I don't even know if they're still around, but that was back when the internet was just different. You were on dial-up, so if you had to download something, that shit was gonna take a minute. Yep, you would just pop up in random chat rooms. The internet was markedly different. Sanopa, you're 57, girl. I couldn't tell, beloved. Listen. Okay, honey. Okay. All right. See, that's why I put the others out that come through here. Because I look at their avatars and they don't be looking like y'all. I see you, Lori. I see all the ladies and gents that come up and through here. Y'all be looking good. Okay? You know, because y'all get vitamin D. Y'all get sun. Y'all go to the dentist. Y'all eat well. You understand? That's what we're seeing. Hey, Corey, good morning. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing people who take care of themselves and people who don't get mad at that, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. So, of course, this morning, I want to talk about everything that happened. You know, we had some stuff happen yesterday. Yeah, we did live outside. We did. We did. Good morning, Caress. Hey, Nayela. Thank you so much for the roses. First of all, thank you all for attending, for showing up this morning. And you show up every day. So thank you. I appreciate my community. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing out with the engagement, the likes, the shares. I appreciate all of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, G-Mac. Hey, Wolf. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, beautiful. Hey, Deck the Duck. Oh, I like that name. Some of these names I really like because y'all, it's very interesting, the things that y'all come up with. Done this now, I have another pick. I'm gonna have to put it in my Patreon because I asked ChatGPT, right? I would say, listen, ChatGPT, you think I could look? I had this picture here, right? But I got another picture that shows that the couple been fighting. Catch it. That's all I'm gonna say. ChatGPT said, listen, don't put that picture up there because you're gonna get yourself in some trouble. Put it on your Patreon, but don't put it on the don't put it on TikTok because you might catch a violation. So if you're not a member of the Patreon yet, go check out the Patreon because I'm putting this up. All members will be able to see this. But with the picture, when I saw it, I said, listen, if that isn't showing the status of this couple right about now, because now, okay, let's go back and talk about a couple things. Hold on, I'm trying to log in over here. Because I'm going to put it on the Patreon while we're in here. And then some of y'all can see it. So, anyway. So, yesterday the Senate passed that big, beautiful bullshit bill. And they sent it back to the House for them to vote on it, you know, and make it law, right? Now, y'all see how Lisa Murkowski this morning, because there's already some voter remorse on it, right? And there's voter remorse because we are paying attention. She ain't really remorseful. She really bullshitting and just saying anything. Okay, I just want to make sure I put in the right password here. She's really bullshitting and saying anything so you won't hold her accountable. But Lisa Murkowski is full of shit. She knew exactly what was in that bill. She knew exactly what was in it. And she didn't care. You know what I'm saying? She knew exactly what was in it and didn't care. I gotta let you go, beloved. When y'all start talking about y'all love it, not in that way. So she's lying when you see her say that. Don't fall for that shit. Don't fall for that shit. Lisa Murkowski's a lie. And now she's saying this morning, I hope the House doesn't pass the bill. Wait a minute. You don't want them to pass the bill that you just passed and sent to them. She's full of shit. Lisa Murkowski's full of shit is that she knows you're paying attention. And these politicians, what do I tell y'all? Powerful people and rich people, they will play in our faces. Exactly. If she didn't like the bill, Carmen, she didn't have to vote for it. But Lisa voted for it because I told y'all, Trump wants this bill done before 4th of July. He wants something so he can act like they accomplished something. You said, I heard she deals for her state, but Trump will take. She put something in the bill for her state, but she's still fucking them and everybody ultimately. You see what I'm saying? So Lisa Murkowski, what she did show is she's a coward. So the people of Alaska should never vote for her again because she's a coward. And all of those other Republicans up there that voted for it, they're cowards too. They're cowards too. Tom Tillis is a coward. I'm going to tell you why he a coward. Because only reason why he voted no was because he's not running for re-election. Rand Paul, I don't even like Rand Paul, but he ain't a coward because he don't like it. So he didn't vote for it. And they couldn't bully him into voting for the shit. Because voting for that wouldn't have aligned with his messaging anyway, right? He knows that. He's trying to be somewhat consistently inconsistent, you know? And then Lisa Murkowski can't say she didn't know what was in the bill because then you can say, well, why did you vote for it? See what I'm saying? Why did you vote for it? She repped her people. I feel like we're holding her more accountable. Nope. We're holding her accountable because she voted yes. And she was one of the last people to vote yes. That's why I'm holding her accountable. Republicans were whipping those votes. They knew how many they could lose. Okay? Okay? Teresa, get out, beloved. Damn. It's just nothing but a man and a woman's account. My God. Gentlemen, stop it. Stop signing in as females. Come into my live. I'm going to still boot your ass. Okay? Oh, there was another one? Hey, Brendan, go find something to do. Bye. I didn't even see him. Thank you. Somebody mentioned their name. I got rid of him too. I crack up at the people saying something to me about saying something about the bill. Tomorrow. You didn't even read it. Neither did your senator that voted for it. I've read it more than your damn senator. I know what's in the bill more than your senator does. More, just like I told y'all yesterday, listen, the people who are going to hurt the most in this bill are MAGA. MAGA gets the most handouts than anybody, and all that shit was cut. And I'm not really sad about that. I'm not sad about it. That's what they voted for. What did I tell y'all? The only way to change this thing is Republicans have to get gotten by their own. It's like the beast has to eat itself. Just like Trump said. Y'all see when Trump gave that interview to the press and he was talking about Elon and he was saying maybe Doge needs to investigate him now. And now maybe Doge will eat that beast. It's the same thing. Republicans are going to eat their own constituents. They don't give a fuck. You know why? Because they know them same silly ass people will vote for them again. Why should I give a shit about, why should I care about you more than you care about you? Why would I do that? That doesn't even make any sense. I know I wouldn't. If I had no morals and no character, I wouldn't even care. And that's exactly why they don't. They don't care. Y'all, it was so funny. Somebody just came in here. Y'all missed it. I just blocked them because I had blocked their other account, and then they came back and they thought they was going to be able to slide in pretty quick. Gotta be quicker than that. I told you I'm going to catch you every time. If I don't catch you, the mods will catch you, but you will get caught. I'll be calling it Trump tax. It is a Trump tax. That's what I call the tariffs. The tariffs are a Trump tax. Good morning, Wendy. That's why I tell people, call it a Trump tax. That's what it is. Republicans would. Republicans would call it if a liberal did it, they would brand it some type of name. Why aren't liberals doing the same thing to conservatives? I never understand that. That's how you're going to get some traction here with this. Treat them the way they treat everybody else. That's what you do. You treat them the way they treat everybody else. And I feel like until that happens, it's not going to change because there's no incentive to change. Oh, you know who's going to be crying because you got blocked out this live? Thirsty fucker. Bye. They so pressed. Oh, no, I'm not mad. Are you mad that you get in this live and I boot your ass? Bye. Y'all look at the bots. Look. Oh, they getting upset this morning. They getting upset that I'm talking about the fact that Trump and Republicans are keeping you poor. Yeah. You'll be stuck in that trailer with them dirty screens and them dirty windows forever. No more socialism for you, beloved. No more socialism for you. Hey, Ella, good morning. Hola, Monica. Sad part, there are other people who didn't. That's the sad part, that there are people who didn't vote for this who are going to get it. But you know what? That's going to cause the people who didn't vote for this to call out the fuckers who did, and to call out the lazy bastards who didn't get up and vote. Because for real, those are the people you should be calling out too. Those lazy people who are too fucking busy to be engaged enough to get their ass to the polls. Those are people that need to be called out too. Because they're the first people on the internet running their fucking mouth. And then as you talk to them, they'll go, I didn't even vote. Then why are you fucking talking? I'm not going to let you talk about nothing. Yeah, Shmel, that's Miss Elon. That's Mama Musk and Daddy Don. Why are they so pressed? Because they don't get oppressed? Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you why they're so pressed. A lot of it's historical. Y'all got to remember, racism is historical. Okay? When the settlers came here, that shit, they were racist out the gate to Native Americans, okay? It wasn't no kumbaya shit. It was, you're different from me. Let me see how we can exploit y'all. And if we can't just take what we want, we're going to fight you for it. That's what happened. They came, they spread disease, famine, all these things. Because remember, when they came over, they brought whatever germs and stuff they brought with them. Right? Remember, let's not forget. This is the shit they don't want you to read about in history books. Instead, no, that wasn't all the race doms. You don't read books, beloved, so I'm going to have to boot you. We read books here. Bye. Bye. He thought he was going to, no, not here. Not here. We talk real conversation here. So anyway, they brought disease. Okay? And attitude. You understand? When the settlers came, they weren't settlers, they were conquerors. People love to make it seem like they came all cool. No, they weren't settlers. They came to take over and conquer. And so it's in their DNA. They've been doing it for centuries. It's in the DNA. They can't help themselves. They don't know how to go along. They don't know how to get along with folk that are different. Their only option is to conquer and overtake. That's a natural thing in them. Not everybody, but in certain folks. It's a thing in them. And they get mad at the ones who don't think like that. What do you mean you don't want to take over? What do you mean you don't want everybody to look like you? They get mad at the white people who don't buy into the shit. They don't like that. I thought you were one of us. What is the one of us? Humanity? Humanity? Come on. Come on. We're all human beings here. And this world, this earth, this planet we call Earth, right? It can be as good as we choose to make it. That's the thing that nobody wants to talk about. The suffering is by design. You don't have to suffer. Money is a man-made construct. You ain't got to suffer. You don't have, but that's what the system wants. The system wants winners and losers. And these people who tell you this are also religious. So I'm supposed to believe that God, follow my logic here, because they're rich, God bless them, but because I don't have money, I guess I'm not making the right decisions. I've got to be more cruel for God to reward me with money. Hey, Tamar, good morning. Because that's the logic that MAGA uses, and that the Christian nationalists use in America. The more cruel you are, the more God will bless you. What? Wait, when did that happen? Wake up. We don't have to live in the life that we live. I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel where I educate folks on some other things. I'm going to show people how to find out what district they live in. Who are their local district reps? How you can find out about your local, about your representative's voting record. whether or not they're doing things that really work for you, or if they're really working, doing things for other people. Kirk, why are you telling us? I always say if Trump was doing such a great job, y'all wouldn't have to go around and tell people that. Stop it. Kirk's gone. Y'all know that in your own life. Anybody that's doing what they say they're doing, they ain't got to advertise and tell you. You can see they're doing it, right? You can see that they run around and tell you because they're trying to convince you, because they're trying to convince themselves. And rich people, what did I tell you? They will pay for your miseducation. Rich people would rather pay for your rich miseducation than to pay their taxes. I just bought somebody else. I don't give a shit if you try to pretend you about this cause. Beat it. I will send you packing. I don't care. I don't straddle the fence on it. Because see, the fence straddlers is how we got here. We got here because people didn't want to be honest. They didn't want to be proud socialists. I listened to an excerpt this morning where Trump was giving an interview. And he said, we don't want socialism here. You know what I found out? Most Americans don't even know what socialism is. They don't even know what socialism is. Y'all don't let these people talk. Guess what? America loves socialism. I'm going to tell you who loves it the most. Rich people. Rich people are huge socialists. Huge. Because they get our tax dollars and we subsidize their lives. That is socialism. So don't you sit up here and say America don't like socialism. America fucking loves socialism. It loves it. And it's using religion to keep you poor, to keep you subservient to rich people. They're using religion to do that shit. Y'all better wake up. This is why there needs to be even more separation between religion and government. I don't want anybody's religion in our government. The Constitution says that I don't have to be religious, or I can, but I can choose what religion I want to be. I don't want government imposing that on anybody. This is why back during that Bush 2 administration and the first Trump administration, when so many people were upset about Muslims and talking about Sharia law and radical Islam, I would go, how are you upset about radical Islam, but you don't give a shit about evangelicals? I don't give a shit about radical Islam because radical Islam that doesn't impact my daily life. Fucking evangelicals they impact my daily life. Constantly in my life, in my business, trying to control my life and get us to live like them. And quiet as kept, they don't really like the life they live either. They just don't want to be honest about it. Because according to them, their God don't let them do nothing. Let's just keep it all the way above. God don't let them do nothing but steal, starve people, be mean to people. Think about it. Cheat on their wives, cheat on their families. God let them do all of that. And beg for forgiveness. Listen, they always get forgiven. God lets them do all those things. Beg for forgiveness. But don't you be gay, you'll burn forever. Stop playing with me. These people are full of shit. These people are full of shit. What did I tell y'all? A lot of people that are pastors and are preachers, they used to be pimps, charlatans, okay? Scammers. They know how to talk to people. Ain't no different in speaking from the pulpit. Ain't no damn different. It's the same shit. They pimping. You got to pay attention. Now, all preachers and pastors ain't like that, but you can tell who are. You can tell who comes from an environment of pimping and scamming. You can tell. I'm like, stop falling for that shit. God already told you, if you read the Bible yourself, no man can get you into heaven. If you believe that, if you believe in God the way you say, you already know your pastor can't get you there. You already know your pastor can't get you there. Wake up. God did not send his only begotten son with a gold ring on every finger, gold Yeezy sandals, gold-plated robe. He had a crown of thorns, beloved, not a crown made in gold. Like, what are y'all doing? Right. That's why tomorrow, if any of you go to a church and your pastor got a private jet, you are in the wrong church. Point blank period. You're in the wrong church. America has been taken over by the religious right. And they have fused themselves into government, trying to legislate your morality. Good morning, Dr. Africa. They always want to legislate your morality. And they always claim they live in a great life. They live in God's word until you find out they're not. And then they're crying. Oh Lord, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Why would thou art forsaken you? Full of shit. It's bullshit. It's just designed to get you to not ask questions. It's designed to get you not to hold them accountable. If they shame you for tithing, you're in the wrong church. If your church got an ATM in the foyer, you're in the wrong church. You mean to tell me y'all need this money so damn bad you can't wait till I come to the next service? Really? Y'all need it that damn bad that I gotta go out here to the ATM. Okay, whatever. Y'all keep falling for that shit. These are fucking pimps. If I had no morals, if I had no character, fuck, I'd start a church myself. It's tax-free fucking money. You tell people anything. They'll follow you as long as you got charisma. All you need is charisma. Matter of fact, you can open a book, say a couple lines and close it and just riff it. Think about it and say whatever the fuck you want. Nobody's going to challenge you. Nobody's going to say, even if you're wrong, everybody will be too afraid to challenge you. They'll just nod. Yeah. They're afraid. What you learn about people is people are afraid of authority. Yep, I remember during COVID, they were doing they were doing Square and the Cash App. I remember a lot of churches during COVID. Oh, once they figured out that you really couldn't like go in person, churches pivoted. So I don't have no problem with online sermons. But when they was taking them online donations, oh, I have an episode on that, GMAC. I have an episode on it. Matter of fact, let me look up and tell you exactly what that episode is called, because I actually do have an episode where I talk about the church and religion and politics, how it all blends in together. It's an older episode that I actually re-released because I remastered it. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what it is. GMAC is talking about my Straight No Chaser podcast. The link is in my bio. Check that out. I release a new episode comes out tonight where I talk about paid leave. And so y'all can understand the history of paid leave in America and why we don't have any federal legislation mandating the right to like federal leave. We don't have nothing like that. Nothing. I repeat, nothing. Let me see. The name of that one is Faith, Flags, and Foolery. How Religion and Patriotism Are Sold to the Poor. Check it out. You will like that one. Yep. Because I'm telling you, religion is a big part of why America's in the state that it's in. Hey, Roxanne, good morning. Religion is a huge part of it. When you figure it out, because see, God is bigger than the church, but the church needs your money. I'm going to say it again. The church needs your money. Because honestly, I think, thank you, Maud. I think honestly, the church should be paying taxes. Churches now talk about political stuff, all these things. They should have to pay taxes. What you cannot do is be political, have a whole congregation that you employ to vote for certain things and then not pay taxes. No, they should pay taxes. But it's a grift. It's a grift. I remember one time I went to a church because I went to a funeral, right? I'll never forget this. And I'm sitting there, and I'm in the funeral, and the pastor goes, you know how they do that call to the altar to see if anybody wants to join the church and this, that, and the other, because every funeral, the pastor for some reason has to try to do a call to the altar, right? So the guy says, so many people, they say they love Jesus, but, I I can't tell, but um they didn't want to believe in God. It was I can't remember really the sermon, but he was just like, they didn't want to believe in God, but when he sent his only begotten son, all of a sudden y'all wanted to believe. And God said, now this was the part I remember, and he said, back then they didn't want me, but now I'm hot. They all up on me. I'm going to say it one more time. He said, back then they didn't want me, but now I'm hot. They all up on me. Now, I was looking down at my phone. I look up, I went, the fuck? Wait a minute. Are you serious? I literally, yes, the Mike Jones he quoted. I was about to stand up. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all up on me. Back then they didn't want me. I was going to stand up. I said, listen, it took everything in me to just sit there. It took everything in me to sit there. Do you understand? Mike Jones, listen, it took everything. I can't take a church like that seriously. I can't take you seriously. It'd be different if it was a part of your sermon. You understand? But when you do little things like that, I'd be like, because he repeated it. He kept saying it. And I'm going to say it again. He said, back then, they didn't want me, but now I'm hot. They all up on me. That told me that some young person in their family somewhere had been playing the song and it like clicked and he went, oh, I'm going to just throw that in a sermon. Right. Trying to get, because after that, it was during that call to altar and then they're going to pass that bowl around. And see, me being me, I'll visit, but I don't have no problem continuing to pass it. Y'all been doing this building fund for 20 years now. So either y'all are bad at budgeting or y'all doing a grift. Either way, I'm not donating. My presence is the donation. Like the fuck? I'm not doing that. But I never forgot that sermon. So maybe he was on to something because I never forgot it. I never forgot it. And they'll pass the tray more than one time. That's the thing. Listen, one of the reasons why I became, and see, I don't want to get too much into a religious discussion, but I'll just mention this. One of the reasons why I became a Buddhist, it wasn't as some anti-Christian thing. Because honestly, I was this close to becoming a Christian and I would have been a Catholic. And one of the biggest reasons why I would have been a Catholic for me was Mary. Because I was confused how other Christian denominations treated her like she was just an afterthought. Because they went, she's just a woman. And I went, you's a fucking lie. And she gave birth to Jesus. God picked her. He could have picked any woman, but he didn't. He picked her. How you gonna act like that's nothing? That was always confusing to me. But I ended up becoming a Buddhist. I remember the first time I went to a Buddhist temple, it looked like a regular building. It didn't look like, like some, what's that, golden child. I want the knife, please. It wasn't like that. It looked like a regular building. And I walked in and there was a black guy sitting there. And I was like, hey, I looked y'all up on the internet. I came over because I wanted to find out some information about you guys. And it was the most not stressful situation ever. The guy was like, okay, well, thank you for coming through and visiting us and wanting to come over and learn more about our practice. And he told me some things and he said, listen, I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. These are choices you have to make for yourself. He says, this is what I'll tell you. For the next week, go home, chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Chant every day. Just every morning, get up, chant 10, 15 minutes and do some self-reflection. Think about your life. Think about, things you want to change, stuff you want to do, this, that, and the other. And see if your life changes. And if it does, maybe it's something you want to dig deeper into. And if it doesn't, well, peace be unto you and continue on your pilgrimage to figure out your way. It was very not stressful. So I went home and for a week I chanted every day. Every day I chanted. And every day I was feeling better. Every day I was gaining more clarity about my own life. And I remember one day I chanted and I opened up my front door and it was $10 on the floor in front of my door. And I was like, well. I knew it wasn't a genie in a bottle. It was just going to give me money. But I found that interesting when that happened. But I've been a Buddhist ever since. I enjoy the practice because it's not stressful. That's what I do like. And people will hold each other accountable. And understand, being a Buddhist don't mean that people don't have their beefs and they don't go back and forth. People are people. You're going to have people in any religion, right? People in any religion. For me, it was, I can come as I am to the temple. They don't give a shit what I wear. Because I'm not there for that. I'm there for fellowship with other members. I remember the first time I brought my husband to the temple, somebody had on a hen dog shirt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That libation shirt. And my husband was like, she has on that shirt. I said, mind your business. If you're chanting, you don't even notice her shirt. He's not a Buddhist, but he was just visiting. I was like, mind your business, sir. That's what we do at the temple. We mind our business. And quiet as kept, it's been a long time since I've been over to the temple because I chant at home. I have my own Gohonsen at home. I do my Daimoku at home, and I'm good. So I just wanted to mention that little piece. I don't want to get off on a religious diatribe. I just tell people, find your own way, find your own path. But America, you got to do something about religion being infused into your government. That's not good. Especially when the people doing it aren't religious. The sound is gone, D? Okay, well, guess what? You should try coming back another time. You've been blocked. The sound ain't gone, girl. Y'all should try again. That is just the oldest trick in the book. Your sound is gone. You should end the live. Your sound is gone because you're telling them everything about us. Your sound's gone. Just stop. Yeah, theocracy never works. It never does. My thing is, Americans forgot why the founding fathers came here. You forgot why they came here. They were trying to break away from the Church of England. They didn't want to be run by the church there. That's why they came here. Yet you're going back in time because America refuses to educate itself. Somewhere along the line, we became proud of not knowing certain things. It was almost a rite of passage for us to say, yeah, I don't know that, but it don't matter. But it should matter that you don't know certain things. You should be embarrassed when you don't know certain things. And especially if you're speaking loud and wrong and ignorant, you should know. Now, I just saw something. In 2023, Ted Cruz said in 22 years, our national debt went from 5 trillion to 32 trillion. What is happening to the next generation is irresponsible. Then, just yesterday, Ted Cruz tweets, it was bumpy, but we got it done. The one big, beautiful bill has passed the Senate. So the deficit, when y'all used to hear Republicans talk about that shit, they were lying to you. It was just a ploy to keep you from getting health insurance, paid for with your tax dollars. See, when people tell you socialism gives you free shit, that's a lie. You pay taxes. You pay into that system. So that system would be giving you back something for what you paid for. Because right now, the only people getting anything out of the system that you're paying into is rich people. And they just got a bill passed in the Senate last night that allows them to pay even less into the system, and you pay even more. You didn't get your no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security. You didn't get that shit. They lied to you. All they gave you was a temporary deduction on tips. Yep, they call them entitlements for us. I'm sorry, for them. They're entitlements. Y'all gonna learn. All Republican Party has ever done to you is lie. But the dog has caught the car this time. I've told y'all. I've been telling y'all. I said, man, this party is up against the wall. They've either got to make good on all that fucking rhetoric that they've been running around telling everybody, or they've got to say, I lied to you. Yep, they tax us. They tax you on every facet of your life, but not rich people. Yep, itemized deductions, no overtime. Everybody, yep, they're going to learn. They're going to learn. Hey, Tom, you're MAGA? Good. Then you shouldn't be offended when I deport you. Bye. That's not how you spell lying, beloved. Bye. How you gonna come in and accuse me of lying and then spell it wrong? Listen, Linda. This is why education is important in America. Us not having the education that we need, that's how we got here. That's how we got here. But see, Trump is not uneducated, Tamar. He's not. Trump is an Ivy League educated guy. He went to Wharton. He is not uneducated, but he knows how to play it down to the people who are. Oh, he's far from uneducated. Yeah, far from uneducated. That's the thing. Yep, but Bush Sr. was right. Can I be honest, Kim? He was right, though. He didn't leave any child behind. He left all those fucking children behind. Say it again. Every single child was left behind. But that was a calculated effort to do that. That was calculated to dumb down education. Oh, I'm sure he bought it. Well, his teachers said that he wasn't the best student. Even his teachers from then, some of them that are still around, they say he wasn't great. You say he is a businessman building a bit. Yeah, America's not a business. Get the fuck out of here, clown shit. Bye. Soon as you come with it, I will let you go. So where will they bury all the poor dead people when we die due to their poly? Bury them? They ain't burying them bodies. Girl, bye. You know what they gonna do. They ain't burying them bodies. That takes unnecessary real estate space that rich people want. Girl, y'all gonna learn. Y'all going to learn. Trump is a master salesman selling stuff to people who don't know no better. That's the only people we could sell shit to. Because this guy is a failed businessman. Many, many, many times over. Yeah. Many, many times over. Trump is more of a street smart guy. Because he always says he plays by his instincts. Trump is more like a mob guy, to be honest. See, I'm old enough to remember how the mob operated when they were really at their peak. And the mob is still around. They ain't gone nowhere. So for anybody who thinks that the government got rid of the mob, they did not get rid of the mob. They just got the mob to be more crafty at how they do things. But when it comes, that's how Trump to me operates. That's not why he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire because he robs poor people. Bye. You the motherfucker I just blocked. I'm going to block your extra account too. Fuck out of here. You're serious about what, Roscoe? I don't understand what you're saying. What are you serious about? I didn't get it. I'm sorry, I missed it because I was reading something else. But Trump is like a mob dude. And that's what it reminds me of. He's like a mobster. He just told Elon the other day, like, it'd be a shame if something happened to your companies and you lose your contracts. Oh, the bots are botting because of what I'm saying. Yeah, the bots are botting because of what I'm saying. But it's the truth. What I am saying is the truth. And people, I do hit real nerves every day. And that's why they don't like it. But it's also because, what do I always tell y'all? Rich people will also pay people to miseducate you. They would rather do that than pay taxes. It's not that rich people don't have the money. They just don't want to pay. They just don't want to pay. Some of the cheapest people you'll ever meet in your life are fucking rich people. That's why when people always act like rich people are so generous, I'm like, who? What rich people? Working class people are way more generous than rich people. Are you kidding me? You know how many times I done gave my last to somebody. Rich people ain't giving their last to nobody. Child, come on, wake up. Exactly, Carmen. Rich people don't give a shit. It's poor people who spend all their time worshiping them. You know why? Because regular working class people think, if I had all their money, I would do X, Y, and Z. No, you wouldn't. If you had all their money, you'd do the exact same damn thing. And the reason why I know most people would do the same thing, because they're worshiping what they're doing right now. It's not like you're saying right now, it's deplorable how greedy they are. They're not saying that. Instead, they're saying, man, if I had their money and if I had their resources, that's what they're saying instead. Because they would be the same type of people that they talk about. And that's a fact. That is a fact. I'm just telling y'all, that's exactly what it would be. They would be the exact same type of people. And they only say certain things just to pretend. That's all it is. Or undercut. Yep, a lot of celebrities too. You ain't never lied because they got their money. They don't care about the rest of us. They don't care about the rest. And this is what I try to tell people. People, you'll have celebrities that'll pop out every 4 years for a presidential election, but you'll never see them no other time. They vote according to there were only a handful of rich people that were really honest about what Trump was going to do and how it would impact the regular working class American. And Dave Chappelle was one of them. He talked about when he was standing in line to vote and he could hear people talking and people were saying, oh, I'm going to vote for him because he's going to lower my taxes, this, that, and other. And Dave was like, I was thinking to myself, he's not going to do shit for you. Everything he's going to do is going to benefit me. And I'm not even voting for the guy. Yeah, 50 Cent. I put up a video the other day, 50 Cent. But 50 Cent is a Trumper. He voted for Trump. Because 50 Cent is all about his money. And he's a clown and a troll. Now, Broken Clock can be right at least twice a day. But 50 is trash. 50 been trash and toxic for a long time. I don't know why folks continue to give 50 Cent attention. He is a greedy, rich person. But he's also morally bankrupt and has no character. He never did, even before the money. Understand, that man you see is that guy. He was always that guy. Money just helped to make it worse. Like, I saw the other day, he put out an AI video. Because you know, one of his baby mamas had to testify at that Diddy trial. So he put out this AI video with Diddy and her and all these things and himself in it as well. Clowning people. He put Ray J in it, all these people. And I'm going, you know what that is? That man hurt. Yeah, she was Jane Doe. That man is hurt. 50 Cent is hurt. Because hurt people hurt people. Just like when he was mad with his son and all this other stuff. Hurt people. And talked about his own child that way, your own seed, your own DNA. You can go make all the babies you want, beloved, and start all the new lives you want. You still a deplorable ass fucking dude. Period. You still insecure. You got money, but you still insecure. You still sensitive as fuck. Now I'm going to tell you somebody who handled him, who knows how to handle him, because she know that fake tough guy persona is just bullshit. Vivica Fox. Vivica is never fazed by what she say, Curtis. She's never fazed. No fucks are ever given. Notice that. No fucks are ever given. When she says, somebody says something about her, she said, oh, Curtis. Girl, I don't pay no attention to that. She say quick, he always in his feelings. Because he is. He's very fucking sensitive. He's a sensitive ass man. Because men who aren't don't spend time on shit like that. You understand? They don't spend time on stuff like that. 50 don't need the money. Any money that these social media platforms give him, that's nothing. You understand? It's because he's hurt. But I look at those women and I go, why the fuck would you fuck with a guy like that? He's void of any character and morals. And you're expecting him to be different for you? Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with that. That doesn't make any sense. You're not going to be different. Okay? He's not going to treat you better than he treated. Why would he treat you better than he treated everybody else? What makes you so damn special, beloved? Yep, Tupac got his money, never lost himself. The problem that Tupac did, he got caught up in his ego. Hold up, that's what led him to Suge Knight and Death Row Records, which ultimately led to his demise, in my humble opinion. His ego, his paranoia, led him to run to a place that ultimately was not safe for him. It wasn't safe for him. Because Pac was an artist. He wanted to make music, spread love, spread knowledge, And the people that he ended up teaming with, well, they were really the opposite of that. They were not, Suge Knight wasn't that. Death Row Records wasn't that. You know what I mean? That's not what that was. That was ultimately what brought Tupac his demise. Was being affiliated with those people. Now I will say that last album, no, that All Eyes on Me, classic. I'll give him that. You find an MC like me who's strong. Stop playing with it. Listen, dads get his man on that joint. And Corrupt, they get their man on that joint right there. Oh my goodness. That All Eyes on Me CD is a classic. It is. Pac over West Coast beats. The only thing better is him when he was with Digital Underground. Yep, like they said, he should have stayed with Digital Underground. I agree. Because him with Digital Underground and the other MC from Digital Underground, folks don't give Digital Underground enough credit. They don't give him enough credit. They don't give him enough credit. Diddy found guilty on 2 out of 5 charges. Y'all, let's talk about this morning since we're getting close on our time anyway. Hold up, y'all. Let me look it up. Let's talk about it. This is breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Look, I sound like Jim Jones' mama. Breaking news. Breaking news. Let's see. I told y'all he was going to be convicted. I told you. I said it wouldn't be on everything, but I said Diddy's going to jail. I said he was going to go to prison on something. It was just no way he was getting out of the shit. Okay. Two of the 5. I know they were struggling with the, Shock G. I used to love me some Shock G. Man, Shock G had bars. Do you hear me? All around the world, same song. It's just the same old song. Stop playing with them. Digital Underground had bars. It was multiple of them in Digital Underground that had bars. Harass me when they ask me if they can kiss me. Stop playing with it. Listen, y'all know I love hip hop. I'm trying to see the final thing. So y'all said on 2 of 5 counts. I'm not surprised. I know they were having trouble with the moving around people, which the conspiracy piece of the moving around people, which didn't make sense to me. Because it was like, they obviously were the people they said they were, and you got proof that they paid to move those people around. Whatever. But he's going to prison. I'm going to just say Sean Combs' verdict. I don't like calling him Diddy. I call him Puff Daddy. I call him Puff Daddy because he only changed that name when he got caught up in that nightclub thing back when he used to date Jennifer Lopez. That's when he changed his name to Diddy after that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I'm wrong, because I know Biggie always used to call him Diddy, but he didn't really call himself Diddy. Not all like that. Let's see, they've reached a verdict, like y'all said. But the news isn't writing it online yet. But somebody said here 2 of 5. That's going to be interesting. Trump is going to pardon him. I want him to be honest. Let me tell you why. Because again, it just exposes more people. It's just going to, Trump, I keep telling you guys, Trump exposed a lot. So for a lot of people who were in denial, our country is not racist. Exposed. They're building full-on concentration camps to house immigrants. And now he's coming after born citizenship. They don't care. They just don't want you here. What did I say to y'all yesterday? What did I say? One of the biggest things that's the scariest for white supremacists in America is the Hispanic population. The Hispanic population it's bigger than them. And people keep coming. They're afraid of being the minority. Why? Because they know what they've done to them. Yep, and they open that alligator Alcatraz. That opens this week. Cruelty is a feature of the design. They're treating people like they are nothing. They're going to put kids in there, pregnant women in there. They don't care. You know how hot it is in Florida? What happens when a hurricane happens? Oh, guess what? Not only do we not have hurricane notifications, they're also not going to evacuate them, and you ain't got no FEMA. Oh, I saw what it looks like on the inside. I should have saved the picture because then I could have brought it up here. So guilty on Cassandra and Jane, not guilty on the rest. So either way, he's going to prison. Okay, as he should. He should go to prison. He should. Yep, Michael told us. He said, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Michael told you. He said, when I was a victim of police brutality, what the fuck do you think they're going to do to you? Quiet as kept, they were nice to Michael up until Michael started acting really, really black. When Michael started acting black again, they started coming after his ass. Listen, okay? When Brett started acting like he was from Gary, Indiana again, oh, they came after his ass. They came after his ass. And the funny thing is, Michael Jackson was a chameleon. He was really good about in public. He's like, yeah, oh, that's so cute. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's so wonderful. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, look at Bubbles. Oh, it's so great. And then behind closed doors, man, you see that shit, man? You see that bullshit he was doing, man? Man, these bitches is wild, man. What? Listen, that video I saw when Michael Jackson was in that limo and he told the driver, he said, hey, stop, man. It's some nice fish out here. Listen, Michael liked women, okay? He liked women, okay? Hey, Russ, good morning, handsome. He liked women. Folks got it all twisted. Mike was like Prince. You leave him with your girl and see what happened. Oh, he was infatuated with Diana. He wanted Diana so bad, but she didn't want it. She was like, boy, you just a baby. I can smell the breast milk on your breath. You're just a baby. But Mike, listen, y'all can keep playing. I know for a fact Michael Jackson liked women. Okay? Don't get it twisted. He loved himself a fine woman. Okay? And because it was Michael Jackson, no one was ever threatened by him. No one was ever threatened by him because it was Mike. But let me tell you something. Michael never messed with his face. He could still get anything that was thrown at him because women was always throwing it at him. You know what I mean? Mike, more than anything, Mike was like, nah. I'm good. I don't need no more right now. You know what I mean? Mike, he had game. Y'all ain't see that picture when Michael was hanging out with Biggie Smalls? Notorious B.I.G., because you forgot. Biggie Smalls was on that song. Now I'm just wondering, hey, why you think, hey, that you can get to me, hey, with anything. Stop playing with it. That's what Big put that bomb-ass verse right in the middle of that thing. Okay? That verse was fire that Big did on that thing. Do you understand? Two thugs on the track. Stop playing with it. Y'all better stop thinking about Michael Jackson and that. Oh, that was the marketing. That was the marketing. It was like Whitney Houston. Whitney was alive long enough that you were able to see the facade of the marketing go away. And you were able to connect with the real Whitney Houston. And guess what? Quiet as kept, we like that Whitney more than the marketed one. Because that Whitney was real. That Whitney was from Newark. That Whitney didn't play no games. We love that Whitney Houston. Okay? Hey, thank you, Russ. We love that Whitney because that Whitney kept it real. That Whitney kept it real. So that's why I say when people have those discussions about Mike ain't who you think he is. Yeah. Oh, Whitney's from fucking Newark. When people would be like, Whitney Houston is hood, she's from fucking Newark, New Jersey. It's no way that she was navigating through Newark being nice and shit. That shit, Newark would have ate her ass up. Let me tell you something about Nipsey. The original Nipsey. She was a straight up Jersey girl. Whitney was a Jersey girl. Okay? And when she was no longer with Clive, we got to start seeing the real Whitney. The marketing people, Whitney was like, no, they're going to get all of me and they can decide if they like it or not. Oh, you would pass on that, Tracy? I'm pretty sure Whitney would not be the least insulted by that. Blocked. Really? You gotta love those. I would pass on Whitney Houston. Yeah, you would have no choice. It's like the men online. I would never date Beyonce. I'd never marry Beyonce. You never had a chance, beloved. Even if she was the last woman on earth and you were the last man, you still wouldn't have a chance, beloved. Jesus. The delusion is so thick with folk. It's so thick. Girl, listen, say it again, JW. The Republicans boycotting Harvard, that shit was hilarious. I found it funny. Because I went, wait a minute, they're going to Harvard? And you know Harvard was sitting over there like, you can't even take the shit seriously. You can't even take it seriously. Hey, Bill, I ain't answering shit for you. Go find it on your own. Google's free. Fuck out of here. I just called him. He gone. I done told you I'm not Google. Don't come asking me questions like that. Harvard said, don't threaten us. Say it again. Harvard, it was looking like. Harvard was, they didn't even pay that no attention. They like, what? What's that song by Chris Brown? You hating in the club and you on the outside. You can't even get in. Ha ha. Like, really? Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm telling you, one of the reasons why we're here is a lot of people hate on the fact that other people can get to those places. Like, I'm not a Harvard chick, but I ain't hating on nobody that goes to Harvard. That's their business. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story time. Y'all know I love to infuse a story time every so often in things, right? I'm going to tell y'all about the time I had to go perform at Princeton and the things I saw at the frat house. Like, wow. Okay, so anyway, I had to go with some friends, right? We were paid to sing, like it was a band. They had like a band, and that I was like one of the backup singers in this band, right? So it's at this frat house at Princeton, and so we come into the house, and there are like couches all over the place. Okay, that was the first thing. It was like couches everywhere. Couches were everywhere. Which I've never been in like a frat house or a sorority house where couches are everywhere. That was weird. Okay. Then couches were everywhere. And then the people, like once we started like performing and everything, the people, the women who came, they were so toe down. Right, that was a red flag, Dr. Africa, because I'd never seen so many couches in one space in my life. It had to be at least 10, 15 couches in this frat house. That's weird. Until they started to party. And then I realized why they had so many couches. That's all I'll say to that. JD was not the first, okay? I think others crawled so JD could walk. That's what I think. He wasn't the first. That's all I'll say to that. There were couches everywhere. Yeah, JD would have went in there and would have lost his mind. JD would have went in that place and lost his mind. I just know, I remember seeing, when I can still see it in my mind. I remember walking in and going, why are all these couches in here? Like, the fuck are they doing here with all these couches? Then as we start playing music and they started sipping on their things, and it was like, oh, that's why they have all these couches. That's wild. I had never seen anything like before. Listen. I tell you, folks at those Ivy League schools, they do things a little different. That's all I'll say to that. I ain't never seen no shit like that at the HBCU. I was like, what the hell? You be lucky, like you get one couch in a frat house at an HBCU, but they ain't gonna do couches and couches and couches. Like, get out of here. Come on. It was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. Insane. What did they say, America? But now I want to remind you guys that today, please make sure that you continue to still reach out to these elected officials. Still reach out to them. And the reason why I say that you should still reach out to them is because of the simple fact that the reason why you should reach out to them is because we still listen, they're going to do whatever they want to do, right? We know that. These people are going to do whatever they want to do. However, it keeps us all in the loop and it lets them know we're watching. These people are going to try to come back and get reelected. So you can't forget. Yeah, they told me about the Diddy verdict. I'm waiting for the news on the internet to actually update the news stories because they're so pressed to be able to say, okay, I found something. So he was acquitted on the most serious allegations, but he was found guilty of the other charges, when we move people around. So they're saying he was convicted on that stuff with the hired help, but acquitted on he was acquitted on the traffic and the racketeering. Because that would have had him behind bars for life. He still could go to prison as long as a decade. And it's likely to end his career as a hit-making music executive. After they did the verdict, Combs held his hands up in the prayer motion, looking at the jury, and hugged his defense lawyer. I didn't know his defense lawyer was Tenny Greeragos. Is that person related to Mark Greeragos? That name. Look, let me go see. Because is that like Mark Greeragos' child or friend? Like, who is that? So Terry Greeragos, that's his daughter. She became a lawyer too. Okay. All right. Yeah, she became a daughter. She became a lawyer too. Because I was like, wait a minute, that name's very familiar to me. He was convicted of flying people around the country, including his girlfriends and some of the male people, to engage in things, which is a felony violation of the Mann Act. But they acquitted him of racketeering. I don't understand how he got acquitted of racketeering. And conspiracy, they say they probably got away with it because the Combs defense team argued that the women were willing participants and that none of his violence justified the severity of the charges. I'm trying to figure, that's almost like saying when you get children involved in that, because they were willing, that makes it not illegal. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh well. So, it'll be interesting to see what he gets sentenced to. And it'll be interesting to see if the industry allows him back in unscathed like nothing happened. Some of them will. Mark was Michael's lawyer. So that's why when I saw the name Greeragos, it stood out to me because Mark Greeragos is a famous attorney. So I'm like, well, you don't see that name too often. So that's what made me look. And of course, his daughter became an attorney. So, but the industry, some people will will bring Puffy back. I call him Puff. Will bring Puffy back with open arms. I need you to understand that. Some people are gonna be like, oh, Puff, man, they tried to railroad you, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. That's what some will say, right? And then other people will actually know better. But some people are gonna, I'm just telling you need to expect to see that, because it's gonna happen. They're always apologists. Remember when it came out, when the Cassie tape came out, and when it came out that he had to pay her, people were genuinely like, they were literally sitting there like, oh man, she wanted to do it. You remember? So people are always going to justify the shit, because that's just the nature of people. Sometimes people, especially when people don't like you for being you, none of what he did was okay. And just because she may have liked doing it at some point doesn't mean that she liked it the whole time. This is why you have to be careful. Don't be so pressed to do something that you put yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. You said they bring him back in because they love those parties. But see, they don't need Puff for those parties. See, it's bigger than him. See, everybody think it's about Puff. Puff is just a tentacle. There are many people, and let me put it all the way out there. Folks keep saying it's just rich and powerful people. There are regular, everyday people that are into that type of shit that Puff's into. All you gotta do is turn on your computer. You can find it anywhere. There are groups and clubs. You'd be surprised. People in your church, people in your school, you'd be surprised. So that's why I say, don't be so quick to judge. See, consenting adults and everybody doing something they want to do, I don't have no issue. It's when you are forcing people to be a part of things they don't want to be a part of. That's when I have issues with things. And when you're doing something so bad, you got to be hydrated. That's on some other shit. Like, if we got to be to the point that you got to put me on an IV, what are we doing? I'm tired. What? Yeah, Puff's a symptom of a bigger problem. But the question is society going to want to deal with the bigger problem? That's what I want to know. I'm writing something here. But that's what, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think, some of the industry are going to welcome him back. But some people are going to be very guarded, very, very guarded about their association with him, because they don't want to mess with their brand. And they're not going to fuck with their money to rep for Puff. They're not going to do that. I know that. Some people will, but most, they're going to be like, hey, no disrespect, bruh. But I still didn't like that video I saw. And I still know that you was doing these other things. I'm not down with it, brother. I'm not down with it, brother. So that's why I just say, I don't know. And just to let y'all know, I put that other picture up that I told you that I have, that I can't put on TikTok. I just put it in Patreon. So if you're interested in joining my Patreon, click the link in my bio. I have different membership tiers. I got like a free membership tier. And then I have people who also pay and support my, content creation. But this post is available to everybody. Go look at that post. I can't use this picture on TikTok. I can't use this picture on TikTok. But this shit is hilarious. This shit is hilarious. This shit is the thing that, and I'm gonna write something about this Diddy thing, but I want to wait a little bit. I want to wait and give the verdict enough time to marinate, and then I want to see the red pillars crash out because he didn't get acquitted on all the charges. Because the red pill dudes and the red pill chicks who were like, Diddy is not going to prison. Everybody liked it. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so now that he got some convictions, I want to see their crash outs online. And then I'll do something about it. Because y'all know me, I love a good crash out. I love a good crash out. I just watch, I be like Miss Seeley when she pull up that chair in the kitchen to watch Mister make that breakfast for his little side. And she was like this until he pulled out that kerosene. And then she said, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Because he about to blow this whole place up. He took that plate upstairs to Suge. Suge said, what the hell? You trying to kill me? Get that thing to fix me something. Listen. He thought he was doing something. No, ma'am. I watch that movie every time it come on. I love me some Color Purple. I love me some Color Purple. Your Paul love you. My Paul love me. He just don't know it. Stop playing with me. Boy, you gonna sit up here and let this nappy haired girl cuss you out at the head of your own table? Listen. You own the place, you up here acting like the damn warden. Maybe they'll let us sweep out the caboose. Man, that's my movie right there. Listen. 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 Oprah said, listen, you better bash Mister's head in and think about heaven later. Silly talking that crazy shit. Yeah, heaven lasts always. Some of y'all be like that about your government. Oh, I don't want to do nothing. It might make my government upset. You better do something. Oh yeah, the book was way better than the movie. But that's the case with every book that they turn into a movie, right? Listen, if you've seen the horror movie Carrie, the book is way better than the movie. The shit that she can do in that book, she only does not even a fraction of that shit in the movie. Now, Sissy Spacek's performance was fabulous, but the book is better. Rose Matter, great book. Gerald's Game, great book. Stephen King, he's one of them where I can say, even though he gets involved a lot of times with the movies that get made, but sometimes he doesn't, the books are always better. However, I will say that The Mist, the ending was better in the movie than the book. And even Stephen King said, hats off to you, because I didn't even think of that. That ending in The Mist, and I will not give it away, for those who haven't seen it, masterpiece. Fucking masterpiece. I felt for that man. Yeah, Stephen King felt like the ending in The Mist, he gave them hats off. He said that ending was better. He felt like it was better than what he put in the book. And he was like, I wish I would have come up with that ending. That ending was masterful. It was masterful. So I'm not going to say anything more about it as to not give it away, but that was a good damn book. I love The Mist, and I love the book, and I love the movie. I haven't read Dr. Sleep. I keep being tempted to do it, but I haven't read it. People keep saying, read the fuck. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. I told y'all to read that book he has as a collection of short stories, that Half Past Midnight. That shit is wonderful. And I think some of the stuff in there has been made into movies, but that book is awesome. So many good stories in that book. Half Past Midnight. That's a good book. Oh, that and Hearts in Atlantis. Oh, I'll have to take a look at that too. Because my favorite Stephen King books are Carrie, Rose Matter, Needful Things, Gerald's Game. Those are my 4 favorite King books. That damn Rose Matter and that damn Needful Thing, because Needful Things and Rose Matter are somewhat connected. That's another thing I love about Stephen King. Cujo, and it has many connections to Gerald's Game. If you read it, you can see the connections. He's telling you. And it's also connected to, what's the other one? They did the movie where she says, well, sometimes all you have to hang, or sometimes all you have is a bitch, all you have is a to hang on to is being a bitch. What's that movie? You know what I'm talking about, with the lady who she runs and her husband falls in the hole. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That was based on a Stephen King book too. All of that is interconnected to Gerald's Game. That is a good, when I read that, Dolores Claiborne, there's a connection to all of that, because when the lady was handcuffed to that bed in Gerald's Game, she could see the thing that was happening when Dolores was running in the field from her husband. Read it again, you'll catch it. They talk about Cujo in there too, about some dog that went mad in some town, and trap the slave. That's what I love about King. He tries to make things interconnect sometimes. They don't always do, but Rose Matter and Needful Things connect. Rose Matter came after Needful Things. There's a connection. You got to read it for the little nuances. I love to read, so I love that stuff. Yep, they're all different dimensions from Dark Tower. Oh, and see, I've never read Dark Tower. See, now y'all getting me all excited because y'all know I love Stephen King. And I have not read Bag of Bones. Oh, God, I have so many that I need to read. I haven't read that yet. Like, I'm gonna show y'all ones. Hold on. Before I wrap up this one. Hold on. Where is that? I'm coming back, y'all. I'm just looking for something. I'm just looking for something. Oh, my other ones must be downstairs. Okay. Look, I'm taking the background off just to show you guys this, because we're gonna be wrapping up soon anyway. See this is me. See. And look, I love horror writing so much. So when I want to write stuff, I even have this too. Listen. I told y'all Stephen King is my favorite author. And I read a lot of different books, but hands down, my favorite author is Stephen King. He's just a masterful writer. I still say this book here, like Gerald's Game, this is a slept on thing. The movie was slept on too with Carla Sangiacomo. That's my girl right there. She's so gorgeous. She did so good in that movie. But what makes this book so good, there is once the thing happens, right? There are some pages in here where this man writes about a cup of water on a nightstand and this woman being thirsty. That's some of the best writing I'd ever read in my life. I was thirsty reading it. And I had access to water reading it. But the way that man wrote about her desire to have a sip of water on a table next to her, that shit was massive. This man here, this man is a national fucking treasure. This man's a great writer. No matter what he says. And say it again. You said you read Rose Matter twice. This book is fucking outstanding. If you've never read Rose Matter, read this book. This book is great. I'm going to go to the bookstore today because I got to go out to pick up my daughter when I finish this. I'm going to stop at the store and get Dark Tower. I'm going to read that. Where do I start? It's just the Dark Tower book. Is that what it's called? Look, I'm looking it up now so I can... So I know exactly what to get. He scares me, but he speaks the truth. You know why you get scared? Because sometimes the stuff he writes, it's like some of it's supernatural, like it has supernatural components, but the stuff that scares you the most isn't supernatural at all. It's how people behave. And when you see that, it makes you think, oh shit, I could see that. That's what frightens you. Like for me, with Needful Things, what frightened me was not the devil. What frightened me was how easy it was for the people to be talked into doing bad things for so little. That shit was scary. The entity in and of itself wasn't scary. It was the way the people were choosing to behave for so little. That shit was exactly like now. That shit was crazy. But the casting in that was masterful. Everything. When I figured out, because I had watched the movie before I read the book. So when it was revealed who he was, I was like, oh, bitch. I'm gonna go pick up the Dark Tower today and start reading that. I'm just gonna go pick it up and start, since it's a connection to those other things, and I've read those other things. Have you read any of the game? No, I never got into Game of Thrones. I'm being honest. I never got into it. I never got into Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, none of that shit. I'm one of those people, certain things I don't like. Like, For example, I'm gonna tell you guys this last story, and I gotta wrap up this morning because I gotta pick up the kids. My husband was watching some movie upstairs the other day, and I thought it was The Incredible Hulk that I saw. And then my husband, it's one of them superhero movies. And my husband says, no, that's Reptile. I said, oh, Reptile from like Mortal Kombat? Because I know about that. And he's like, no, from the comics. I'm like, okay, see, I don't know nothing about that. And then, so then my daughter comes in, my youngest, and she's like, oh, you're watching such and such. She knew instantly what it was, right? So then they have this scene. And I think it's that, they have this scene where this guy, he comes down. He looked like a regular dude, and he had this cape on. So I said, oh, look, that looks like a fat guy in a cape. So my daughter says, that's Dr. Strange's cape, and that's his friend. I said, well, does his friend have any powers? She's like, no. I said, so it was what I said. It was a fat guy in a cape. She's like, you don't get it. I said, no, you don't get it. I do get it for as much as I was going to get it. That was a fat guy in a cape I just saw fly down with that cape. But this whole movie doesn't make any sense to me. This is why I don't watch this shit. So, long story short, no. I haven't looked at any of it. I don't read any of that stuff or watch any of that stuff. I just don't. There are too many fucking stories. Like, I've been around. I'm 50 years old. At this point, I'm like, wait. When did Superman and Batman start doing all this shit? You know what? I'm over it. It's too much. It's too much. I really don't care. I just really don't care. So I don't watch any of it. My family hates that I don't watch it, but I don't. When any of that Marvel shit comes out, I'm like, how many times can you tell this story? Obviously, they're not really good superheroes because bad people keep coming back. So if they were really any good, they would get rid of those bad people for good. But these people never actually get rid of anybody. They just temporarily move them to another location. Man, this is bullshit. These superheroes are trash. Have you read the Bachman books? Stephen King wrote. I know he's written some, like, tell me which ones, because I might have, but didn't even realize that. I don't even remember. I've read a lot of Stephen King books, because I know he writes under different handles. Oh, thank you so much, Amika. It's time for me to get a haircut, girl. I want to get it cut even shorter again so they come in and accuse me of being a man. Thank you so much, Adrian. You're a superhero, too. One of the stories was called The Jaunt. No, I haven't seen that. Your favorite is The Long Walk. See, I got so many. I love Stephen King. So I know I got a lot of things to do today. But today I'm going to get that Dark Tower first. So I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read it. But when I talk about it, I don't know. I might talk about it on my other account. But I might talk about it on this one too. So I'm going to read. I'm going to go ahead and start reading The Dark Tower. And then I'll move on to the other books that you guys have been talking about. It's heavy on supernatural, but it's great. I don't have a problem with supernatural. I love that type of stuff. Don't forget, you guys, we decided on Sinners for July. I have delayed on getting up a post on Patreon with a poll for us to select a date in which we're going to discuss it. So I'm going to put a poll up on Patreon today so that so you guys can vote on it. And we can have a decision about when we're going to watch it. Because I have not seen Sinners yet. I'm going to look at it for the first time right along with the rest of you. And give my, and then we'll talk about it. Then I also this is the good news I wanted to tell you guys. Yesterday, I got my situation straight with my equipment. So the live show is going to start Monday. It will be a live broadcast show that I'm going to be doing, a morning show. You guys have been asking for it as much as I love TikTok, and I'll still do TikTok lives. I'm going to do my live morning show via YouTube and through my own platform, because I can then talk about everything I'd like to talk about and not just some things that I'd like to talk about. You understand? Because you can't talk about shit over here. Now, over on YouTube, you can't really do music all like that. I mean, I can't do monetization on YouTube anyway. So I'm not there yet to be able to monetize my channel on YouTube yet anyway. So I'm not really concerned about using music and being demonetized, because I ain't being monetized anyway. So it don't matter to me. But we're going to have a good time over there. So I'm going to put all the timing and stuff. I just got to work out some stuff with the time. Because can I be honest? I go to gym really early in the morning. So I just want to, but it's priorities. I got to get my shit in order to figure out the right time. But I'm going to put everything on Patreon. Everybody can see it. You don't, again, joining the Patreon is free. Go over there and check it out, and I'll have all the information up there. The link to the YouTube channel, so you can find the morning show, the times. I'm still going to do lives on TikTok. I'll still do that stuff. But as far as the live morning show, that's going to be on another platform because I want it to be a 2-hour show. We're going to talk about a multitude of topics, but we're going to have a great time, a great discussion, and not really be bound by the games that TikTok can play. Because y'all know when I did that TikTok live, what was it, Monday, whatever day I did that TikTok live in the evening where we talked about AI. I caught a strike in that live. No bullshit. I caught a strike in the live because I had a product linked in the live, some of the stands I was using. And because I mentioned Amazon, I caught a strike for that. Because you're not allowed to mention other platforms if you have a TikTok shop item linked. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Can I just keep it all the way a buck? I am sick of that shit. Like, yo, because I'm honest. Everything I get doesn't come from the TikTok shop. So I don't want to lie just to push an agenda for the damn app. That's all the more reason why you create your own brand. Because if you create your own brand, you guys, you can go wherever you want to go. Your community will come with you, provided you give content that is of value. Okay? So we had a great time today. I'm excited because I got my new equipment necessary for us to take this thing to the next level. Hey, Wendy, good morning. Look, y'all see me here. I'm having the hot flash for the gods right now. Do you understand? You could cook bacon on me right now. Lord have mercy. Bacon, sausage, all that stuff. I am literally a hot tray right now. Like a food warmer where you sit your pots on it to keep them warm. Shit. Goodness gracious. Set me free. Wendy, I'm going to put it on YouTube this morning. I was just saying though, Wendy, I finally got my other laptop that I needed. I broke down yesterday and went to Best Buy. And I went to go get another charger cord for the laptop I had until the other one got fixed. But then they didn't have the charger cord. Then I was like, listen, dude, I got content I got to get out. I can't wait till July 8th. Can you show me a laptop? He showed me one for $1,200. I said, listen, bro, I just lost my job a couple months ago, bro. I'm not buying no fucking $1,200 laptop. What you got for $200-$300? Yeah. And that guy, that nice little young guy in Best Buy helped me yesterday. I got a nice little HP laptop for $300 something and some change. He tried to get me to pay for the warranty. Not happening. I already have a warranty through Verizon. Now you're not catching me again. They love to catch you with the warranties. Yeah. And yeah, because I needed another computer because my battery is starting to bust in my Microsoft Surface laptop. I've had it almost 10 years. So I understand. But I was hanging on like Fred Sanford. I had been taping that thing and everything, chill. But it's been breathing heavy. Doing that thing where it's breathing, where the fan keeps running. So I knew it was time. I got to do something. It was time. So, but I thank you all so much for joining me this morning. First of all, we got 56,000 likes. So you guys keep an eye on my Patreon because I'll tell you what time. But that morning show is going to start on Monday. I wanted to start it this week, but I didn't get the new laptop till yesterday evening. So it starts Monday. Okay? I thank you all so much for joining. We got 57 shares this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of the engagement, all of the likes, all of the shares, all of the gifts. I greatly appreciate it. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I do this every live. I'm thankful for all gifts, but I love to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. And hold on, I'm trying to get to it. Will the system allow? Look, okay, there it is. My top 5 gifters are: number 1, my dog is Charlie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful living life. Number 3, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, sir. Number 4, beautiful Lori. Number 5, beautiful Lynn Childs. And number 6, a special shout out to beautiful Noodly. Thank you for joining. I don't know if it's your first time here, but thank you so much, Noodly, for being here. I appreciate your support in coming. And remember, don't forget to check out the link in my bio. You guys can listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast. A new episode drops tonight, 7 p.m. We talk about paid leave and how paid leave got started in America, why we don't have any federal legislation for paid leave, and why rich people don't like paid leave, and how paid leave isn't just vacation time. It's not just vacation time, and for you guys to understand that, okay? Don't forget, I told you I'm also going to do the new series coming up. That starts next week. You'll see it pop up. The videos pop up on YouTube, where I'm going to be teaching people how to find out what district they live in, who their representatives are, what they voted for. Again, that's how we're going to change our government, with knowledge and information, okay? I want you all to have a great day. Remember, the only other favor I need from you is that you can check out that video that I did about how going live changed my life, and click the go live link. That helps me out with boosting that video for TikTok. Y'all should do the same thing. I told y'all, I showed it to you yesterday, that there's $150,000 on the table for content creators that just make a video talking about TikTok live. That's it. And you tag it with that go live thing, and clicks, they give you extra money. It's another initiative they've done this month. Go get that fucking money, okay? Go get that money. So I love you guys. I'll see you this afternoon. Make sure you have a beautiful day. And I'll tell you, like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to, as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. Have a great, beautiful